finish up your nightly routines. All right, so if you, perfect, started recording, we'll do the mute. I will share my screen here and then, let's see. All right, can you guys see my screen? Yep, thumbs up, perfect. All right, so I actually did this talk down on Long Island for the regionals. So I'm just gonna kind of do a quicker version of the presentation that I did back in January. So my name is StaceyGabrielliSocial. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your team call tonight. I'm a sales coordinator. I am under Stacey Whitmer. Stacey is my NMD and Stacey and Kelly are like BFFs. So Stacey is my fearless leader, and I have kind of been crowned the social media person for our group as well. But don't be nervous, and I will try not to go above and beyond of kind of the minimal of getting started with this. I am not a millennial, so I'm not coming at this as like a millennial point of view, so don't feel like my entire life and business is going to be wrapped around social media. I'm just going to kind of give you an introduction and show you how you can weave this in personal life with the business. But I will go ahead. So here is my family. Those are my two girls, Grace and Emma. I'll just do this very quickly. I began Juice Plus when my daughter Grace, who is 8 now, was about 5 years old. I had been dealing with her. She has a condition called encopresis, which is chronic constipation in a child to the point where they do not go to the bathroom for sometimes weeks at a time. It's kind of like a megacolon type of thing. So we had been going down doctors and chiropractors and all these different avenues, and I finally was waving the white flag, and on social media, I kind of posted my SOS, and I was like, I'm out of options. And Stacey and I went to high school together. Stacey saw the post and she messaged me. She goes, girl, I know that we haven't talked probably in a good 10 to 15 years because life just kind of drifts apart after high school, but I can't not share this with you. I have to tell you about this product. And I got Grace started on Juice Plus, and the rest is history. We started Grace first, and then the rest of the family started taking it, and then I moved on to the business probably within a year after all of us have been taking it. So that is one of the main reasons I wanted to share that piece of this, because social media 100% was the reason why my family started taking Juice Plus and how I got involved in this business and why I'm doing this call with you today. So had I not made this post on Instagram, I don't know if we would have a healthy child and a healthy family right now, and I for certain would not have all of the added benefits that my family had received with Juice Plus. So I wrote this. This is my big girl home sleeping today. She was up all night. She has encopresis, which is basically chronic constipation. She's seen doctors. It's a long road. This is what Stacey saw, and this is how she reached out. So my daughter Grace was 5 there the summer that she was about to start kindergarten. And I desperately wanted her to start kindergarten as a normal child, because you can kind of see in this picture, she is wearing a giant pull-up in this photograph because she would have these accidents, and that was the only way for us to kind of fix this. And I couldn't bear as a mother sending her to kindergarten off on the bus with an extra change of underwear and wipes and diapers and things like that to be taking care of cleaning herself in the bathroom in case there was an accident. So social media, one post can change everything. And that's kind of the basis of what we're going to be talking about today. So here is your social media journey. Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing. The pink on the left is your phone, your device, your computer, whatever it is. Then we're moving down, okay? We're gonna be our authentic self. That's it. We're gonna stay true to who we are. We're gonna share some of our interests. Maybe some of you guys are into yoga. Maybe you're into painting. Maybe you are an early riser. Maybe you love taking pictures of sunsets, anything, whatever it is, you're going to share what your interests are, still being your authentic self. The next piece of that puzzle is creating the Me Too effect. I'll talk about that in a second. So you're going to create the Me Too effect. Every once in a while, then, we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of our product and our business. We do not want to be like diarrhea of the mouth for Juice Plus, because that is the first way somebody is going to unfollow you, remove you as a friend, or block all your posts, and you're going to get ignored. So we're going to try to sprinkle in just a little bit of our product and business here and there, and then that's what helps us to a new customer or potentially even a new team member. So let's dive into each one of these little pieces here. So the first one is being your authentic self. This is one of my favorite quotes. Maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that really isn't you, so that you can be the person you were meant to be in the first place. Okay, so I feel like a lot of us may feel the pressure on social media to portray the highlight reel. You know, we've heard that before. You know, the white picket fence, our life is glamorous, our children are well-behaved, our house looks like a model home all the time. Okay, that's the highlight reel. That may be a portion of our lives, but that's not the authentic self of what's going on. So if you want to share a beautiful picture of your kitchen, leave the messy dishes in the sink. That's the real world. That's real life, okay? So don't try to be the highlight reel, okay? Kind of unravel the pieces of you so that everybody can see the genuine you, the authentic you, the person that you were meant to be. Those are the little snippets that we're going to be sharing on social media. All right, so the Me Too effect. I'll explain what this means. I used to be a third grade teacher before I had my oldest daughter, Grace. And if anybody has children or knows how children speak, as soon as they make a connection with you, it's, oh, me too, me too. They're like raising their hands, they're shouting out. They can't wait to put their comments and make their connection with you. So when I was teaching, I created a sign language. Can you guys see me also? Well, or just the slides? Is it just the slides?
We see you. We see you.
We can see you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So I created a little sign language thing for our class to do whenever we were having morning meeting. If you made a connection with somebody, I taught them to go like this. Me too. That's sign language for me too. So instead of interrupting the person who's speaking, and now the person who has that connection who wants to say me too isn't worried about what they want to say. They're continuing and they're listening to what the person has to say by still acknowledging that we have a connection. So that's all you are trying to do on social media. You are trying to connect with somebody else so that they say, oh my gosh, me too. So maybe one time you post a picture of your favorite flowers in the garden, okay? There might be 2 people out of your entire friend list who go, oh, me too, I love those also. Great, that was a success. Maybe 2 days later, you post a video of your favorite band playing at a show. Maybe 5 different people, somebody other than the flowers, 5 other people go, oh my gosh, me too, I love that band, love that song. You're trying to create that me too effect with all of your friends, and it doesn't have to be the same large group at one time. I can just be trying to make that connection with one person at a time. So I'm trying to do personal posts, a me too effect, me too effect, me too effect, me too effect. So that one time I sprinkle in and go, you guys, I have the worst mommy brain, and I found something to help me get rid of this. I have this product, I've been taking omegas, they're amazing, you have to try these. And then the person on the other end is going, you know what, I really loved that post she had about her music. I loved that post she had about her flowers. I totally loved what she was making in the kitchen that day. Chances are if I loved all of those things about her, I'm gonna agree with this also. You know what, let me message her, let's give this a shot, because we've had so many other things in common that we're probably in agreement on this also. That's the ripple effect you're trying to make. You're trying to make continuous connections with people, your friends, you know, your Facebook friends, so that eventually the Me Too effect will lead to a sale, a teammate, whatever it is down the road. So here are my Me Too's. All right, I love 80s music. I'm a mom of girls. Most of the time I'm a great mom, but sometimes I hide in my closet and eat Nutella just to stay away from the kids. I used to be a school teacher. I can tap dance. I'm a witch doctor because I'm obsessed with essential oils. I like to keep it real. I tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is not just the highlight reel. So you can see all of these things right here. These are all ways that I can post in some sort of way on social media to kind of unwrap the layers of who is Candace so that somebody has a me too effect with one of these. Is that good with everybody? Do you guys understand that? Perfect. All right. So, can you guys hear this music playing? Oh, did you guys hear that at all? All right.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, that's fine. I played a little game with the group. So it was funny. So I'll just tell you quickly, for regionals, we had about 50 or 60 people, all different ages, backgrounds, you know, things like that. And I played this song. It's from the 80s because I'm like an 80s movie person and music. And they had to tell me, the winner had to tell me the name of the song, the band, and what movie it was in. So somebody in the way back of the room who was probably, oh goodness, she was probably 60 years old, was able to guess all three. And it was perfect. It was like, I couldn't have picked it any better because it wasn't somebody my age. From the outside, we did not have much in common just looking at the two of us. And I asked her, I said, how did you know all that? And she was like, oh my God, I love 80s music. And I said, that is perfect because you and I just had a Me Too moment. And if I didn't mention that, we would have never made that human connection. And now, eventually down the road, you're going to continue to see my posts on Facebook or Instagram or whatnot, and you are more likely to trust me and relate to what I'm saying. So it was a perfect example. So if you want to take a second, if you have some paper in front of you, if you want to just think of some qualities about you that somebody else might have the Me Too effect with. So like I said, you know, it could be you're into yoga, you're a vegan, you are an early riser. Just think of a few things that you can write down, and they can be very generic. All right, perfect. I'm gonna move on. Okay, so here are 6 quick tips that I think are important for social media in general. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook or Instagram or whatever you're using, Twitter. So the first thing, you need to get out of your own way, okay? This is not a competition. This is not about your ego. You just need to be genuine. You need to be authentic. Don't be nervous. Don't be embarrassed. Just take the step and create a post. That's it. Just create a post, write something down. The key to it, though, is going to be making it sound like you. Okay, so if you are savvy, there's a voice recorder on iPhones. It's in one of the folders. It's like voice memo or something. If you have an idea, and most of the time I have ideas while I'm in the shower, so I leave my phone like on the ledge so I can easily hit the voice recorder button and I'll talk what my idea is as if I was talking to somebody. I'll say everything out loud, and the voice memo is recording this for me. Or sometimes you can even have it type it out. And then that's what I will copy, paste, you know, clean up a little bit and post because it sounds like me. It sounds like I was talking to you. If I spend way too much time making sure it is completely grammatically correct and the comma is in every area and, oh my gosh, what if this is not a complete sentence? It's not going to sound like you. It's not going to sound like we're having a conversation, and people are going to breeze right past it. So just make sure you get out of your own way. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Just go ahead and post something. The second thing is what a lot of people get uncomfortable about. Put your face in your feed, okay? We want to see you. We want human interaction. We want to make a connection. It would be awesome if I just showed you a pair of my shoes and said, these are my favorite shoes. And, you know, you just looked at the shoes, but how fun would it be if I was like holding them up here and was like, score, I just got these at Target and they were so cheap and they were on sale, whatever it is, make it personal. Put your face in your feed, okay? The best way, if you're so nervous about angles and stuff like that, here's a very quick tip, okay? Hold your phone out like shoulder length and then bring it up a bit. You wanna be on the angle. This is hard to see with the phone, with the computer like that. You kind of want it angled down at you, okay? So most people try to take a picture straight on, or they get the phone underneath you, and that's where we get all those beautiful chins. So don't be nervous about putting your face in your feed, okay? We want to see you. Your friends miss your beautiful face. They want to make that connection with you. And the most important one, be you, be authentic, okay? Stay true to who you are, just in life in general, but absolutely on social media. Be, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that. Keep it real, okay? Bravely tell your story, okay? That's what started this entire process and journey with me, was because I was finally like a defeated mother and was like waving my white flag, and I was like, I don't know what else to do. And I shared my story on social media about Grace, and that's how all of this got rolling. That's how we got Grace on Juice Plus, and she is cured of this condition. That's how the rest of my family got rid of allergies and eczema and, you know, aches and pains and all these things. We kept my family healthy, and now I have a business that I'm running, okay? So you need to bravely tell your story, because I will tell you, my first probably 5 to 10 customers out of nowhere, I had girlfriends who had kids who were sharing a similar condition to Grace. They weren't exactly where we were. You know, they hadn't been like 3 or 4 years into it yet, but they can see it was turning into that. And they were like, girl, I don't want to be as progressed as your daughter was, so let's get this started now. So my first 5 to 10 customers were friends who had kids with this condition that I didn't know about. So you need to bravely tell your story. And it doesn't have to be like, we took this and we cured that, okay? That's not what Juice Plus is about. It can be the business side of this. Maybe the business side of you helped a piece of your family, okay? You were able to sign up your kids into extracurricular activities, whatever it may be. Share your story. The next one is to be consistent. This is the hardest one with social media. You need to keep your face shown, okay? If you post once a month, you're going to be forgotten, okay? You've got to post at least once a day or every other day, okay? And it does not have to be Juice Plus, okay? Share the Me Too effect. Create your story, create a connection with your friends. I kind of like to keep it as a rule is like 5 to 1. For every 5 generic posts, I'll do 1 Juice Plus product or like a business post. And then I start again. For every 5 Me Too posts, I'll do another Juice Plus or something like that. But you need to be consistent. And the last one is understand your customer, okay? Understand who you're talking to. Go through and do some homework. Go through your Facebook friends list or your Instagram friends list. Who are you speaking to? Because chances are it's you. It's somebody who's very similar to you. For me, it's probably a lot of moms with young children. Okay, that's who my friends list is going to be. So I need to create content in my post that's going to make a connection with the mom with young children. It would be really crazy of me if I started talking about male senior citizens who enjoy golfing. Okay, I have 0 of those on my friends list, so I'm not going to create a connection with anybody on that. So I need to do a little homework. Go through your friends list, see who the people are that you can connect with in your posts. How do you get more followers? I don't want to dive too much into this, but there is an app called WordSwag. I have it written right over here. I think there's a free version, but the paid one is like $2 or $3, and it's absolutely worth it. Everything looks better with a picture. So even if you had something like a funny story or a quote or something that you wanted to share, you can go in WordSwag and type it all out, and it turns it into a beautiful picture for you. So this was a funny story. So this was something that I created on WordSwag, and I posted it on Instagram, and I got a ton of followers because I started using hashtags and people really thought it was funny. So this was the line of the day from one of my kids. So as we were falling asleep, Grace told us that she really wanted to be like the lady from New York that talks to people's ancestors. She was talking about the Long Island medium with a crazy blonde hair. And we were looking at her and we're like, okay, why would you want that job? What do you want to be like? So she took a really long pause and then she said, you know what? I really, really want to talk to Michael Jackson. And we were dying. We were cracking up. We thought it was the funniest thing. She mentions ancestors, which I think is a crazy large word for a 7 and 8 year old to be saying, and then doesn't want to talk to any of her ancestors, wants to talk to Michael Jackson. So you type that up in WordSwag, you make it look kind of pretty, you mess around with it, and now this image with all these colors and things are going to grab somebody's attention a little bit more than if I had just typed this out in like the boring black and white text that Facebook gives you. So that's just an option for you guys to be playing with to make it a little more snazzy. All right, what else here? I'm going to skip this because I'm going to show that to you in another way. Okay, so here's just a really good graphic, a kind of ballpoint area. So if you are using Facebook and you want to be using that as your main source to make connections with people, I would not post more than 3 times a day, okay? So Facebook is 1 to 3 times a day. You can definitely do it on weekdays and Sundays. You can just, I didn't make this up myself. I just kind of did like a Google search on the best times to be posting on Facebook. Other companies did all this research for me, and this is the information they found. Saturdays are not a good day to post on Facebook. People are living their lives. They're not paying attention. So weekdays and Sundays. Keep it short and sweet, a good mix of personal stuff. Sometimes you can share the educational information with them, and you can share a little bit of your business. And like I said earlier, like the 5 to 1 rule. For every 5 personal posts and things like that, we'll throw in 1 Juice Plus post. If you're going to use Instagram, and you can be using more than one of these, okay? You can use all 4 of them if you want to get super savvy. So Instagram, kind of the same thing, 1 to 3 times every day. People are on Instagram every day of the week, so it does not matter. Be consistent with Instagram though. If you post daily, you're going to show up more in people's feeds. Keep it real. And then the stories feature is something I'm going to show you guys in a minute. That is something that is trending a little bit more. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Pinterest is another great way. So if you have like a big following on Pinterest, I would say you should go ahead and do that. It's kind of complicated, so I won't dive into it. But if you're already savvy with Pinterest, then you can go ahead and go run with it. I'm not going to teach you how to do it because it's not going to be like your main source of social media. And then LinkedIn is another option. You can do 1 to 2 times a day on weekdays only. This is more of a professional platform. LinkedIn is usually a way that you can connect with business partners, especially if you are job hunting or looking for a new career. So LinkedIn has to be 100% professional. You know how like on our website, the blog area, there's a bunch of articles written and they come out like every other week or so, once a month. That would be an amazing place to put that on your LinkedIn profile. Just copy and paste that blog. It looks like you wrote a blog post because it's coming directly from your website and you're getting more traffic to your personal Juice Plus website. All right, so that is a very quick run through of the presentation. Now I will stop sharing my screen here for a second, and then I will, if you have any questions, you guys can unmute yourself. Let's see. Is it this?
I have a question. This is Sharon.
Yep.
Doing a bunch of things, so I put a piece of paper over mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, it's so easy when you're on Facebook to just repost things, maybe something I want to look at later or something like that. And then I feel like that's all I'm doing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Really try and limit that kind of thing.
So do you mean like a funny video or some like a recipe, or are you talking specifically just
all of that?
All of it. Okay.
All the cool stuff you see.
Yeah, so I think that's fine to share if it's something that makes a connection with you. But I would definitely I think there's like, like share now to friends or write comment or something. There's like one of the options before you share. I would write a comment on the top, make it personal to you, and tell us why you were sharing that video. Like, oh my goodness, this had me cracking up because it reminded me of my niece or something like that. So make the connection first, because if you just share the video, sometimes it'll get lost and people will scroll past it. But if they see your face for your profile picture and then read your comment, they'll still make that connection. So I think it's okay to share those. I wouldn't do that more than twice a day though.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Good info, thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else have a question?
I have a question, Candace. Fine, I keep trying to get on these trainings that talk about when the algorithms change and that it makes it hard to see certain posts. Do you stress about that? Do you feel like things aren't getting seen and then you've got to like change something? And
so the algorithms are changing all the time, and they are doing that intentionally. One good thing that I did learn that has not changed is that when you're in Facebook, and specifically Facebook, if you are sharing a link or a YouTube video, that means Facebook is going to kind of hide the importance of your page because you're sending somebody elsewhere. You're making somebody leave Facebook and go to a website, or you're making somebody leave Facebook and go to YouTube. So in situations like that, you would write your entire comments, your story or whatever, and then the first comment would be the link to the website. Then the first comment would be the YouTube video. Share a picture instead, right? So keep it in the comments section. This way it's still showing up in the feed, and you're not going to get like Facebook blocked. As far as your friends and stuff, keep seeing the same people. You need to start commenting and liking other people's posts so that you're showing up on their feed, and then it's kind of reciprocal in Facebook world. I wouldn't stress too much about the algorithms, because by the time you figure it out, they're going to change it.
That's what I kept thinking. I was on this long training and I was like, oh my gosh, no, it's going to switch again, I'm sure. So, but they did talk about that. We don't want you to leave Facebook. So what you were just saying, like keep it so that they're not leaving Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Candace, what did you say about the blogs and driving people to our website? I missed that.
Perfect. That's fine. So let me pull up the internet and I will share the screen again.
So Candace, quick question. Do you do live video?
I do. I don't do it as frequently on Facebook. I do it more on Instagram. But I do share like a pre-recorded video to Facebook. I found my Facebook friends don't tune in as much to my live videos as they used to when it was like a new and trending thing that just came out. But just kind of see what your friends list interact with. If you get a bunch of people that are constantly jumping on your live videos, then keep with it. But if it's just you and one other person and your mom tuning into your videos, then maybe skip and do something more productive. Okay, so this is a great story to pop up. Let's gosh. Okay, so let me go to my personal website. Okay, so this is our personal website. And if you go to, oh gosh, why does this look different?
Community?
Yes, thank you, community. That's where it is. So if you go to community, so down here are the latest articles.
Mm-hmm.
These are the articles that I share. Okay, so these are articles that somebody from Juice Plus wrote, but they look very much like blog posts. And because I can click this, okay, if I want to speak to somebody, let's say I have a lot of athlete friends or people who are really into sports who would be excited about this partnership with the USA volleyball team. If you go up here and you click this, it still has my website at the top. So it's still CandaceGabrielli.juiceplus, and it's the article post. So when you share that article, that blog post, they're still connected to your website. So let's say they get a little ADD and they start scrolling around and clicking other things. Chances are they're going to click it to see what your products are, and they could end up clicking the buy button. Okay. So you always want to make sure that you're not just sending them the generic Juice Plus website or from our insights email, you know, that generic link. Go to your website, click on the community and the blog posts, and go backtrack, start searching. I mean, you can go back and, you know, over here it says, if you have, you know, recipes and stuff, if you had somebody, maybe one of your friends was like, oh, does anybody have any great chicken recipes? I'm out of ideas for dinner tonight. Hey, that's where I come in. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to find something from this blog. Okay. I'm going to search the blog for chicken. Let's see if anything comes up. Okay. Maybe something will come up over here. I'm going to click the article. This is all the way from 2018, but it doesn't matter. It's still relevant. And then I'm going to share my entire link and make sure my website is the one that's still attached to it.
Cool.
But you will be sharing the comments, right? Not in the post.
In the comments, or I would send it in a private message, correct?
Yeah.
But yep. And then if you wanted to, so those of you who have MacBooks, does anybody here have MacBooks? Let's say I wanted to share this article. If you have a MacBook, that like little crazy like asterisk things next to your command, if you hold down Command, Shift, and the number 4 all at the same time, see how my cursor changed into like this little target thing? I can take a screenshot of something on my screen. So I'm going to hold it down and drag this area, and listen, you're going to hear the camera click. I just took a picture of what I just highlighted. Wow. So then I go into Facebook, I write my post, I put that picture as the attachment, and then the link for the website is my first comment below. So it still kind of creates that similar, like they're going to notice that that was the picture connected to the website. Cool. And after you do that, I'll show you quickly for those. I'm sure you can do that on a Windows computer too. So it just saves it. See right over here, it says screenshot. It saves it right to your desktop and it calls it a screenshot. And that's the picture. That's the picture I would link right under as like the main thing. And then the article would be in the comments. So that's that scrolly command button, Command, Shift, and 4 all at the same time. You hold them down at the same time. All right. Anything else? Any other questions? Am I going too fast?
This is great, Candace. I'm getting so many great tips. I really appreciate this.
Good,
yeah,
good.
Some really good stuff. Just that Command Shift 4, I didn't know.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's really fun. And then I forget what the other one is, but you can do a live recording on MacBooks also. So if you want to record like a video that's playing, just I don't know, you'll have to do like a Google search, like how to record on a MacBook screen. Yep.
No one.
Yeah. And as a question, Corinne?
Oh, well, I was just going to say, Allison was asking about saving the Instagram pictures from the insights, but she couldn't do it from her phone.
Instagram pictures from insights. Oh, the ones like in the email. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah, right. I had that same problem with like the storyboards that they gave us a couple weeks ago.
the video ones, right?
All of them. I just
Well, the video
I couldn't
ones,
pull
Candace?
anything off the phone.
Yeah,
So
they're the
I was
video
able
ones.
to save the actual pictures. The video ones I couldn't figure out how to save. Let's see.
They were, Candace,
Yeah.
they're also on missiondriven.info under social media, and it's like the May pictures where
Yep.
it was like a story.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it. What is it now? Mission driven.
Missiondriven.info.
Missiondriven.info.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
And the
let's-
password is mission.
What does it say again? I'm sorry.
Mission.
Yep. Probably in the share section. Social media.
Yeah.
Oh, social media shareables. Okay, so with these, so if I remember correctly, Windows computers, it's been a really long time, but I think if you right click on a Windows computer, it'll come up with save as the option, and then it should save it for you. For those with Macs, all you do is click on the picture and drag it to your desktop, and then it shows up in your desktop. The video ones
cool.
I had an issue with, yeah. So
But how do you pull these from your phone? Do you have any idea, Candace?
So on an iPhone, all I do is like click the picture so it comes up bigger and it opens like a new page. And then I would hold my thumb on the photograph and save pops up and it says like save image or something.
Yeah, save image. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was able to save them, Noelle, from my phone. I had to save them as individuals. I couldn't save them like how this is featured as like a 3-panel story. I had to save them as individual pictures.
Yes. Yeah. So like the same thing. So like this one, you click number 1 and you would have to, save that one.
Correct.
I did not try saving the little video features. I remember they had that green capsule one and it looked like it was like opening up and shaking or something.
And they had a cute smooth.
This is the one. Here it is. So like Veggie Blend 2 came up as a video. See how it's like has that funny thing? I, for the life of me, have no idea how to save this video portion. So I
was able to save that. I was actually able to save that on my MacBook.
Oh, you were?
Don't ask me how, because now I can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I just was having trouble with my phone, so I had to somehow, I had to do all my stories with those from my computer, which was a little awkward, and I couldn't do it on Instagram because you can't get Instagram on your computer.
Right, exactly. I hate that feature. Do you guys have more Instagram questions? I can log in from my phone and do a screen share from my phone if you guys want to. Would that be helpful for anybody?
Well, I want to be mindful for your time and.
Yeah, I know that we're at 8:43, so we're a little bit over. So whatever you guys, if anybody wants to stay on for Instagram questions, I don't mind doing that for a minute or two.
I just want to say thank you because I seriously, I get so stressed out about Facebook, but I love how you broke everything down. And, I think for a long time, I forgot about the me portion of this.
Yes.
Like when you had us do that, write down things about you, I was like, oh, I really need to do that. And then you were like, do it. And I was just like, oh, I better, I need to do this. There are things in my life that are super important that I never post about and that I just kind of neglect. And I think that there's so many people on my Facebook friends list that I'm friends with because of those reasons. And I've forgotten about many things
in
that are
continue those connections.
So.
I will say, keep politics out of this. Okay, that is the one way to burn a bridge. Keep your opinion to yourself on that. So keep politics out of that. Obviously, don't share anything way too personal that you wouldn't want on the internet for the rest of eternity, because that's what the internet is. Okay, whatever you type is there for the rest of eternity. So keep that in mind also. And just remember, just keep it real. They're your friends for a reason, and outside of the Facebook world. And if you say something that somebody agrees with and they decide to delete you off of Facebook as a friend, then it was de la vie. Then that's fine. Good riddance. Okay. So keep those. It doesn't matter. I mean, I talked about this in the group. we have people who are striving to hit like 10,000 followers on Instagram, and we need to have the most connections and the most followers. And I disagree with that, because you are not going to make connections with that many people on a personal level every day. So I would rather have a core group of 400 friends or 500 friends, whatever it is, that I know that I'm making those connections with, because I'm telling you, they're always watching. They're not going to comment. They're not going to like. They are for certain waiting for you to fail and waiting for you to be like, oh my God, I'm not doing Juice Plus anymore. That was a giant mistake. So they can then finally show up and say, told you so. Yeah. But I'm telling you, the messages you're going to get on the side, the text messages you're going to get on the side, the conversations you're going to have with people when you see them in person, that's where the magic happens outside of Facebook.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times people do not comment, and then I get 2 messages that night for that post. The next day, same thing. They're not going to give you any love on the post, but they're behind the scenes messaging me and texting me.
Agreed. 100%. Mm-hmm.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys learned some things.
Thank you, Candace.
You're
this is
welcome.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Hopefully I'll see you guys in August.
Yes, I hope it works out.
Yes, exactly.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Bye, Kelly.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Francesca.